I mean, it for.
Well, we're live.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Hello. Good evening. I love when I get the notification that we are officially live.
It's fun.
I
Oh,
mean, it for.
hold on. Here we go.
Here we go, you guys. It's not official until we have a technological glitch. So, oh, there we go.
Here we go. Here's two.
Well, we're live.
How many more can we have?
I think that's it. That's the token two. So let's keep it to that. Hi, everybody. Sorry for taking, oh man, what are we, 11 minutes late?
Sorry,
guys. You can blame it on me. I have a cold.
I have a sore throat too. I've had a sore throat, but it actually got a little bit better, but it's not cool.
Let's see what people are saying.
Okay. So.
Hi, Anna.
Thanks.
Hi, Golden Report.
Anna, how are you doing? Aren't you close to there?
Yeah.
She is. I saw it.
Yeah.
So what I want to first say, thanks for watching, everybody. Welcome to Channel 27. This is Heidi and Jenny, our weekly live. This is our second one this week. We're on a roll.
Yeah.
So, and just a couple announcements. Number one, I want to just say, I mean, I've been watching the whole Hurricane Harvey, and it's really disturbing. And it's, I'm going to try to do something, I want to find a good fundraiser to donate to, and then I'm going to make a video and see how we can raise money. So if you know anybody, or if you know any good fundraisers, can you just put them in the remarks? And also my friend Angela, who is a friend of Leak Project, she's actually done a show there. She's a nurse, a trauma nurse, so she's donating now. And we were going to do a video and kind of talk about what's going on there. So that'll be coming up soon too. And also, I have Magic Mike coming on tomorrow, the Peace Dealer. Everybody should check out his website. He's so much fun. He's literally hysterical. He's an astrologer / tarot reader. He does a lot of different shows. He is just really fun to watch. You'll like him. So he's coming on tomorrow. Then we have Jenny and I are doing Elvis's chart on or on the Christian whistleblower. It's not his name anymore. Now he changed his name. So it's Jeffrey. I can't say his name right, last name right. But we'll put, yes, Dougherty. Say it one more time.
Dougherty.
Like
daughter, but switch the letters around a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Dougherty.
We'll be on his show at night. And we're going to talk about Elvis. So he is Elvis's birth time. Then what else I feel like there's something else. Oh, and the Leo King is coming on my show one of these weeks. So lots of things come in. What else do we want to talk about?
Does anybody else have a cold, like a severe head cold?
Yeah.
I can't even.
Yeah. You know what though? I think it could be allergies too. So let's just recap on this storm and everything too, because a couple of things that are going on now that I noticed, and I will say, and I'm going to say this, President Trump handled it rather well, and I think he should get a props because nobody wants to say that he did anything good, but there's $1 billion bill going to there next week, hopefully. So he's on top of it, proactive, went down there immediately. Then people complained that it wasn't fast enough. Then people complained that he shouldn't have went down, the whole fun thing. And he did. And he went down. And then they were complaining about Melania's shoes. Like,
I saw
seriously? That. Okay, anyway. I'm done on my I just think it's worth saying that he did a good job. And I think he handled it great. And for what everybody can't say, I think everybody should say, oh, he did a good job. Not complain that it wasn't fast enough or he's handling it well. And you know what? This might be a good way for him to prove to everybody that he is going to do the right thing. Obama was golfing during Hurricane Katrina. Okay?
That's true.
That's all I'm going to say.
Another good thing, well, I mean, it's hard to find good things in this situation. But, I think that people are really coming together down there, really helping each other out. There's been some really cool posts I've seen circulating on Facebook of, people just helping each other out, regardless of this propaganda that they've been trying to push, shove down our throats for months now about, the race division, the class division, the gender, none of that matters when tragedy strikes and when everybody depends on each other. So, and we don't know the whole story. We don't know exactly what's going on, but it's clear that there are, things like this bring out really good side of humanity sometimes.
Yeah.
Another good thing is that Joel Osteen, some friggin'
that pastor.
Yeah, he's a televangelist. Some Golden Report just brought it up, but he just got freaking slayed by the media because he denied people entry, shelter in his megadome, his mega church, and caught a lot of flack for that. So his reputation will never. I think he's been exposed. I think.
Do you know what he did too? Which I don't know how this was, why he even considered to do this right after, but literally he got on his boat, on his yacht, and started driving around and passing out his books for free.
Get the hell out.
I thought that was literally like the most sickening, pathetic thing, and letting people take pictures with him on his boat. First of all, he should have been taking people and putting them on his boat and taking them to the place. Number one, this is freaking ridiculous. Like, I can't even, when they played that, I can't believe he had the balls to do that. Seriously, like, unbelievable. Sorry.
I have to laugh. It's not funny. Like, it's not funny, but it's almost like we're living in the Twilight Zone.
I know. I
just visualized a post-apocalyptic city that's pretty much underwater right now, and then this freak televangelist riding around on his yacht. Like, I can't even. It's like, this is real life. Is this real life?
Unfreaking believable. It's just, I don't know. You just have to, and then what I wanted to ask you, Jenny, if you saw.
I'm reading the comments. That's
like
why
these are like weekly news updates. So so this is not only just, we have some new subscribers. Not only is this an astrology and spiritual channel, this is also live events, and we get into deep topics. So, it's not, I would say it's not necessarily children appropriate. So, like, I wouldn't have your kids around. I just think we should make that disclaimer, because sometimes we are who we are. So.
Yeah. And just for language alone, I would suggest everybody use your discretion, because I will drop an F-bomb.
And I don't care. And sometimes I say bad words too.
Well, and I actually just had this conversation with somebody where they were like, how does Heidi feel when you act like that on her channel? You know? And I was like, I mean, honestly, Heidi gives me such creative control of myself and how to conduct myself. And she has never asked me to tone it down or edit myself or anything, because my personality is not a reflection of you. I'm just a guest on your channel. And I was like,
yeah, but you're this channel too, so I don't want to hear it. But, and you know what, Jenny, and that's what I love about you. I mean, I appreciate that in somebody that can speak the truth, speak what's on their mind, not worry about what anybody thinks. And you and I are pretty good at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're getting better and better.
We're going to get better and better, y'all. Look out. We're coming for you.
That's right.
Not really. Not really. I'm not coming for anybody. I just.
Heidi, the Scorpio, has a troll list. So I know where you live. No, I'm kidding. Right. I have found a few of you on Facebook. I am a really good Googler.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're the detective. Remember.
Keep that in mind. Yes. All right. So, okay. What else are we going to discuss? I felt like we had something else. Oh, I wanted to talk about, I heard this on the Leo King and I totally forgot about this. And this is something we all need to take note of this weekend. Mercury is going direct and landing on top of Mars. Okay.
What does that mean? Please tell us. Okay, it is.
Because not only in Saturn just went direct, right? So I'm sure maybe some people have felt like their energy's been up a little bit, maybe just a tad bit. Wasn't as bad as how it's been, maybe so tired. So maybe 2 days it's been getting a little bit better. And then in addition to that, when Mercury's retrograde, I noticed on the scanner, there's a lot of confusion with cars, because Mercury is, it's communication, but it's also travel. It's how, planes, and it's communication, transport, it's stuff like this.
Is it good? Is it in
It's
a positive?
phones. Watch your messages. Watch your emails. Watch your text messages. Don't don't just watch about like that butt dialing. Make
Oh,
sure, because
yeah,
this
yeah,
is the stuff that happens when you have Mercury retrograde, and it's like stupid things, but other things can happen too. Like planes can get canceled. Just constant confusion.
delays and things
I've
like
been
that.
having Mercury retrogrades this time all the time. Like it's been, and but that's my life. I feel like my life is always Mercury retrograde because I'm so used to that. So it doesn't really bother me.
Right.
But, like one thing that happened to me was somebody stole my credit card because it has to do, can be like banks, and just depending on, so, people could steal stuff from you, things like that.
So
Credit,
I have a question,
check your
and
bills, make sure you're not overcharged. What?
it just popped into my head because Mercury, as we understand it, as we translate what, Mercury has domain over communications, logistics, travel, technology. How would that have been translated in a time when there was no technology? So was it like the wheel falls off your carriage?
Yeah,
Or,
probably. Yeah,
like,
yes. Or maybe you ran out of paper to send your telegrams. I don't know. I mean,
or right, like your raven that used to send messages got sick.
right. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Seriously, I would assume. But, that's now it's accidents.
Okay.
Accidents
Okay.
in technology. So
Oh,
Mercury is traveling, right? So Mercury retrograde and Mars. What's Mars? Accidents. Okay,
please.
what else is Mars? War. Okay, it's feistiness. It's anger. What's Mercury? Speech. Watch out what you say this weekend. Just watch out what you say.
Yeah,
Anything
right.
stupid, hold your tongues in. Just remember that people are going to say things that are going to be out of control, and you just have to suck it up. Be the bigger person.
Be tough, you guys. This is the time to just kind of weather the storm, be resilient. Don't let your emotions run you. Go scream into a pillow or save it for when you get into the privacy of your own home and you can just flip out, man. But it
You
is,
don't know how many times I have listened to a video that they said it's Mercury retrograde. Watch out what you say this
yeah.
weekend because it's conjunct this. And you know how many times I forgot? And then,
Don't forget.
so I'm going to say it one more time. This weekend, sometimes we might have to say it 30 times to remember it. This weekend, watch what you say. Watch, watch what others say. Don't take it too personally. Okay?
It's gonna be a rough weekend.
No, it's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. Everything will be
It'll
fine.
be great. It'll be
It's
good.
totally fine. It's awesome.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right.
Okay. What else did we have anything else we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I think that there was. Hold on. It's coming to me.
I feel like we had like a few different points.
You know how it is. We talk, you and I talk so much that like we kind of like cover it.
We think we have it and we remembered it. I was gonna write notes and I didn't today. Oh, I just want to say about my readings too. My readings, I'm getting kind of caught back up. So I'm working on readings that people send in payments from the 18th. I'm contacting you this week to set you up. And then next week it'll be the ones that, submitted stuff this week. So I'm getting caught back up. I've got a busy couple of days of readings, so I do apologize for the wait. I hope it's not always going to be like that and I can get more done. But I just had my family in town, so it kind of put me back a little bit. And yeah, so and just a disclosure here on these readings. Because maybe we don't say this enough, but when Jenny and I do this, we are literally pulling shit up on the fly. It's not like we're sitting here staring at your charts. I study charts before I do readings. The readings are an hour long. The readings are done by phone, unless it's somewhere, a different country. Then I do a Skype one, I guess, or a Zoom. I'm going to make some different options that if people want to record it, because right now I'm doing everything kind of just, I don't want to say it, but like half-assed. I'm sorry, but that's all I can do. I'm doing what I can do. And unfortunately, it's just if it's unprofessional, I apologize, but I have a whole profession. So I'm doing it as best as I can. But readings with Jenny and I are totally different when you get a reading with Jenny and I behind the scenes. Different beast. This is something I read charts. She does her stuff. I don't want to say a seance. That sounded horrible. I know, right? Oh God.
That would be funny, but no.
So, and I'm gonna be interpreting my cards today too. I'm all on this tarot kick. I'm just gonna pull one just kind of play with it. I'm not gonna say what it is unless I feel like it's necessary. Okay. But we're gonna read charts.
Yeah. And I just wanted to tell you that man that they said was found dead, who they claimed was the whistleblower, the Dutch whistleblower banker, it wasn't him. It was a guy with the same name. So that turned out to be false. Right. So that guy may or may not be dead, but that wasn't the guy. We don't know.
I remember what I wanted to say. How about the fact that the Clinton stuff is now the FBI saying they don't want to open it up because it doesn't have enough interest. Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh, I saw that, the Washington Times.
Yeah. Well, let's just say I'm about as interested as they get. So here we go once again.
They're like, people don't care enough, so we're going to drop it. Like,
yeah,
it's literally been my life.
Okay, I bet. That's the news. Oh, it's so frustrating.
It frightens me to death because it's like they really think that it's going to go away. And unless people truly press for it on all these outlets, all these circuits, it really will go away because they are working overtime. They're putting all of their energy, all of it, into covering this up with distractions of war, riots, all of it. They are covering up that investigation above all other investigations. So that's why it is of paramount priority that people push for that investigation into the Podesta emails, into Pizzagate, into the global elite, their sex trafficking, all of it. Just dig and talk about it, and it won't go away if we keep talking about it. If we stop talking about it, it goes away and they win.
Yeah, and I feel like it kind of is getting stopped a little bit. It was coming out a little bit, but then it stopped. I mean, it's just brutally disgusting. So we should make a scene about it.
Yeah, we should.
Not too bad because I don't want to die today. I don't feel like dying here in Annapolis, but we need to be aware of it. We have to be cautious what we say, you and I. So you have to understand we do try. That's one thing I do tell Jenny that to be cautious about sometimes here and there because of that reason. So, and that's for her own safety, right? I mean, we do have, and she doesn't even care. That's what I love about her. So that's how she doesn't care. She's so
I do care. I'm not
passionate about it.
I'm not afraid. Just because and maybe I should be, but I'm not. People, I don't know what it is. I just know that it really is the battle. I personally feel like it's the battle of our generation, of our wave of humans, is to fight for the kids that have been lost and the kids that are lost right now. And it's just like the absolute worst shit. And like, I've lost so many friends. I've really alienated myself talking about it because everyone's like, it's so dark. Like, it's literally as dark as it can get. And you just focus on it. And I'm like, listen, it's, what else are we going to do? Be like, oh yeah, talk about it for 30 seconds and then move on to what we're eating for dinner, which is nice and everything. Everybody likes food. But I mean, I don't know. So maybe I need more to do. I don't know. But
no, because you know what, Jenny, it's you, that is some excellent karma that you're opening up, because the thing about this is people don't want to know about it. And we haven't talked about this in a while, so maybe this is a good time. But seriously, people don't want to know. Like, if I bring it up to somebody, I do it as a test. Like, I'll be like, oh, the Pizzagate stuff, and just see what they say. And they'll either say, oh, well, they will say, oh, well, I was reading a comment, sorry.
Yeah, me too.
They'll be like, oh, well, that didn't happen. Didn't you see that was fake? And I was like, are you freaking stupid? Read. So I want to know how you, just read Pelosi and Paul Ryan. Antifa. Okay, so how do you answer that question when somebody says that? Because I don't have all the stats like you do and all the docs that you have to back it up. But because I send people YouTubes, but they don't believe it. Like, they think it's just fake. Bless you.
Sorry, it's like
you could stand upside down and we'll go away.
If you say watermelon, it goes away. But and I said it in my head just now. Here's the thing is that you don't have to, like, when somebody really has the nerve to tell me that Pizzagate isn't real or that sort of thing doesn't happen, I immediately realize that I'm talking to somebody that does not have interest in it. Because somebody of really common sense and of even mediocre intelligence can grasp quite easily the possibility of such a thing.
Right.
And so I really don't waste my time trying to explain to individual people details and stats and things like that, not unless that sort of thing comes up and there's interest there. Otherwise, I just do YouTube videos and discuss it. And I send a lot of people over to David Seaman's YouTube channel because he really has like spearheaded the whole Podesta email topic and details with that, among other things he does. But, you know, there's some champions over on Vote and Reddit, and, you know, there's a lot there for anybody that cares to look. And if somebody's like, oh, that's been debunked and that's not real, and how could you believe that? Take that as a hint that this person really is so out of touch. Because it really does not take a genius to see that the world is run by psychopaths that are not only capable of this, but it's part of their psychological profile. It makes sense. Yeah. All of it makes sense. It's quite simple, really. So, I mean, you know, just tell people to check out WikiLeaks. Tell people to just watch a few YouTube videos, watch more than one. You know what I mean? Get it, read, ask around, and probably the biggest thing is don't listen to CNN. Don't listen to Fox News. Don't listen to MSNBC, the Washington Times, the Washington Post, the New York Times. These are all owned and controlled by the people that are implicated in these investigations. They're all working together. And I don't want to start saying names because as soon as I do, we're going to lose connection. Okay. Yeah. It happens every single time. Right. We're not even trying to do that. We should probably get to these here. But in the future, I would like to do like a big refresher course on the whole topic. Because I think,
you know, and then I just think it's something, this is how I feel about it. And I'm not a big kid person. Like, I like kids. They're cute. They're nice. They're funny. If they're adult and they're mature and they act like adults, that's great. I like them. But like, I'm not this big, like, I'm more of the animal person.
Yeah.
And I will say, when somebody is abusing kids and treating kids like shit, here's the thing. That person does need to hear it. Like, we can sit here and talk about astrology and people could say, oh, that's false. And I don't need to explain it. You can get a reading and see if it's true or not. You know, you can see, but because it's not hurting anybody. It's not harming me. It's not harming you. But when that is going on to actual children, when it's going on right in front of our face. And like today I saw a sign on the road and it was like, people out of college, jobs, $15 an hour. And I'm like, freaking sex trafficking immediately. This is not okay. It's not okay. You know, and I know some girls get themselves in these messes because they're on drugs and everything and they need readings. I get it. And, you know, this is patterns that sometimes that route goes. But children is just fucking not okay. Sorry.
They're off limits, dude. They're off
not okay. And it should be said. And if we say it, and we're the only people that say it, besides a couple random select few individuals that should be out. That would be, I would say that if Jenny, if you were one of them, I would blow your spot. You know what I mean? Clearly you're not. But like, that's the point. It doesn't matter. There are morals involved here. And when people are suffering and people are being treated like shit, it's slavery, guys. Everybody wants to talk about the slaves. That's slavery. How about that slavery that goes on?
Well, yeah. And I mean, well, you know, there's a reason that it's children. Of course, there are adults that are caught up in sex trafficking. And that is totally, totally sad. But there is something about young people that the elite place a very special emphasis and value on. And again, that's all about the blood, the energy in the blood, the psychic energy, the blood. There's a lot of power there, and they feed on it and they need it. And you know, the statistics, the amount of kids that go missing a year per year just in North America is astounding. I think last year it was something like 140,000 kids 140,000 kids nationwide. That's a lot of kids that nobody will ever hear from again. I mean, think about the devastation that, you know, the shockwaves that rip through a family that lost one child. It changes. It's just the worst thing that anybody can experience is the loss of a child, and the numbers, the amount of kids that go missing, it's just huge. And what it is, it's a trauma to the collective. It's a trauma to the country, to the world. I'm only emotional because I'm like just effed up, but like I'm not effed up like emotionally speaking. I'm just really like it's all really raw. But these are things that I think about, and I can't stop. I don't ever really stop thinking about it. And I think that people like to look away because of that reason, because it's so emotionally taxing and it makes you go crazy and anger and shock and everything. But then you look around and you're like, but none of these people care. How do you not care? How do you not feel? And then that's why I think they bring in things like these huge distractions. I mean, listen,
FIFA or whatever, all this shit is all.
Even the hurricane. I believe that the hurricane was geoengineered, ritualistically carried out. It was a weapon. I feel it was weaponized weather warfare, and it doesn't feel like any accident whatsoever to me that it took place on the eclipse. These people are desperate. These beings are desperate to utilize some form of control over us. And why not use water and weather to just wipe people out, divert people's attention by causing just pain and tragedy. This is what they specialize in is tragedy.
Yeah. And I personally don't have enough information to talk about that stuff, but I will say it's in the charts.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I can explain it. It's in the flooding is in the charts. So unless they, who's to say that it didn't make the whole system though? So maybe they have us learning astrology, and then the smart ones know how to utilize it, right? That's really what it is. They use it. They use it forever. Maybe it's like their. Oh my God! What if it's like their secret code, how they communicate with everybody? And then it's like that's why they make it. They make it bad. They make it crazy because we know they use it. And then it's like they make it sound horrible and put out these fake faulty horoscopes so people are in la la land, but really they're talking to each other in secret codes astrology. Eclipse, that means like serious thing. What if like that's the way the powers talk, and like the smart ones like us use it? That's probably it. I think I cracked the code tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all that astrology in itself is a form, it's part of the construct here, and that it is literally a type of filtration system of which the soul, or whatever it is that whatever our essence is that is omnipotent, it filters its way through to this reality, and part of it is numbers. It's math, it's dimension, it's frequency, and those manifest themselves to us in the form of planets and all the nakshatras and things like that. It's a language, it's a code, it's a filtration. It's the way that we kind of manifest ourselves here and function. But it is a system, you know what I mean? And so in that sense, it is a controlling facet of this reality. So and we've talked about this. We're like, damn, like, because they'll, they utilize magic to bring certain souls into this frequency on certain days, on certain holidays. They'll plan for a child to be born on a satanic holiday or something like that. And this child is then given a life's purpose, a life's contract. They are going to be somebody. Hillary Clinton is an example of somebody who was brought into this realm for a purpose. It's just chaos and destruction and all kinds of horrible things. And a lot of them are like that. And so astrology in that sense, although it may be part of the control here, it's also a tool, because we can't, as of right now, as human beings in this frequency, all we can do is try to understand it and use it to the advantage of humanity and personal advantage too. There's a lot to be gained from knowing about your astrology. But it's also not, I think it's important. The next phase of this is learning that you can control a lot of it. You don't have to be a slave to the stars that you were born under. Knowing about it and then choosing, because I think that free will and choice govern all things.
Yeah, like I say this all the time. Your chart is a roadmap of your life. You're given certain karmas. You're giving certain situations that you cannot avoid. Okay.
Right.
They
Right.
can't be changed.
Right.
I remember just being a
Karma,
young.
fate.
I would cry and just be like, why can't my brother be like a normal freaking kid? Like cry and literally just think this. And I would be like this, like if he, and then I would think all the things like if he was normal. And then my uncle, right? My uncle was gay and died of AIDS. And I didn't have him in my life at all. And he was a producer in Hollywood, LA. Now, now I know, but it's somebody said that to me and some smart ass remark. And like, think about this. And I didn't have a relationship with him at all. And I was like, I remember him and I remember these things, but I used to be like, why don't I have any real full uncles? Like it was, and I would cry and be so sad. So you are put, and that's like, I'm giving you a G-rated thing of some of the things that have happened in my life. But those little things are when you're young and you don't understand that and you don't have the right direction. This is when a child takes the steers off the deep end, without the right guidance.
Right.
And because somebody with a whole lot of power in their chart it can be very powerful and they can change the world. But somebody that has a whole lot of power can also commit suicide, die, be destructive, kill somebody. So it's seriously like that. And I mean, this is serious.
It is serious. We kind
You
of
can
talked
take
a little
advantage.
bit. We kind of talked about it a little bit too, and I've touched on this in the past, is that the controlling faction of this planet, well, there are many, but the one in particular that has taken a huge interest in the oldest, most evolved souls among us that have been incarnating here for a very, very long, period of time space or space time. They're interested in our memories. They're interested in what our cells have retained over, it spans so far. And so they have the ability to track these beings before they're coming in. So they know the vessel, they know what family they're going to be born to, what that bloodline is. And I think that I know that there is technology designed specifically for the purpose of tracking these individuals and controlling them, and even diverting them. And there are active programs running to use these people to use their power, divert their channel, redirect their energy, channel their energy into destruction, as opposed to what they were truly capable of and what their true purpose was to heal and to spread all of this like awesome, real, warrior energy too, like a real powerful force. They know who the powerful people are. They know who these forces are, these forces of nature that come in. And so a lot of people in history that have been really heroic, you don't hear about them because they lived lives of oppression and hardship, and they experience it's the hero's journey. They experience just devastation and loss, and it's very traumatizing. Is that technology? Is that fate? It could be a mixture of both. I don't know. But it's all a construct, and we're all here to learn and figure it out. And the big challenge may be, the harder the life, the bigger the calling, sort of thing. And that the whole challenge is to remember what we're capable of and realize that even if there is a technology that finds you and makes your life hell, that you are more powerful than it, and you always were, and you always will be. And that may be the challenge, is to remember that.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Some people die. A lot of people die. People kill themselves. People give, it's too much. Some people are killed, and
that's really upset. Like that's hard for me to. I see a lot of that on the scanners. I know that sounds horrible, but now that they've like made this heroin thing, the heroin is definitely a problem, guys. I mean, it really is, and it's sad because you take a pill for one time, and look, a lot of people have addictive personalities. I mean, and I can tell you everything about that in an astrology chart. Like, there's so many triggers of that, and it's easily triggered, easily. Yeah. And the more like go-getter you are, the more addictive personality you're going to have, because you're running on adrenaline, so that's your personality. So the more and if you don't take it that route, if you don't take it that to make it thrive and do something. What do you hear?
Did you feel that?
No.
I just got like slapped with something. Ugh.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that all the time, but I think it's you know what, and I always see things like, oh wait, so somebody just said that somebody had brought the witch thing in. Like that cracks me up. If you think I'm a witch, I wish I was a witch because I would put a freaking spell on you immediately.
Oh God, don't say that, Heidi. No, you wouldn't. I would advise you.
Witches are not bad, guys. Relax.
Some witches are, but listen, magic is neither.
No witch can put a spell on me.
No, of course not. And that's really funny. I get called a witch all the time. You call me a witch. You call no. You know what though? Like, it doesn't offend me in the slightest.
It doesn't either. It cracks me up.
A witch, in my opinion, in my highest, most admirable definition of the word, a witch is a man or a woman who remembers the ancient ways and who brings that forth in their word, their spoken word, and their action, and just in their life. And it's not about, it's, you know, people think you're a witch, like they don't understand what that word means.
Right.
And they think that it's about sacrificing chickens and pentagrams.
Oh,
that's simply ignorance. And there are plenty of people that do that and call themselves witches, but that's what they're doing. And you can't control that. It is what it is. But magic and the practice of magic is not inherently an evil thing.
No.
It heals. Magic can heal. Magic can destroy.
Okay. And let me, you know, it's funny. I have to say this because you have something in this, and two people that I recently just did charts for have planets in this. And the nakshatra that I always talk about, I have to talk about this. And there's a couple of them because I put a few of the birthdays in today. The Bhattapadra nakshatras. It's nakshatra that's part of Pisces and part of Aquarius. They're dark. Okay, so like this is where the wrong turn can go wrong.
Yeah.
And when I do readings, what I do immediately say, like I know if somebody has K2, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Sun, there's a 50% chance this person has done some scary stuff in their life, right? Like period. But like when I talk to them, I'm going to say you have powers because yes, I am going to go there and tell them this, but they need to hear that first because if they don't hear this is when somebody can take the wrong turn. I mean, these people, Uttara Bhattapadra and the Purva Bhattapadra nakshatras, it is nakshatra number 25.
Look at you, girl.
It's nakshatra 26. Okay, they're two. One's part of the end part of Aquarius and going into Pisces, and the other one's in Pisces. So it's a lot of Pisces, right? So if these people don't use their gifts for spells, and I mean healing spells, where they can make trees rain, they can make rainstorms rain, like they have literally gifts to make shit rain, okay? Mm-hmm. And do telepathy and do stuff like this. If they don't take advantage of that and do it that way, I promise you, I guarantee you that they end up in prison, they end up on drugs, they end up doing something because that energy is so
it has to go somewhere. Absolutely. It has to go somewhere, you know. I identify as somebody like that because I don't know what I am. Gemini, Moon, Pisces.
You're a Pisces Revity, but you have a planet in that it's very powerful. And that's why you're so freaking intuitive, where you can just feel things and see things. And, you know, you've got it. You've got it in the first house. Your sun is in that.
The thing about that power is that it needs an outlet. If somebody is, and that's kind of goes back to what we're talking about, is if somebody powerful like that is misguided, like truly misguided, they become weapons of destruction. Whereas with proper guidance and nurturing and direction and knowledge, they could really seriously change the world. And that is why there's a campaign to oppress powerful people. All of the ancient texts, the ones that tell us about the real language, the one that was used to communicate the language of the ether, which is the other, you know, on the other side of it's the non-physical. It does not actually understand. Our English words are not actually understood. Okay. And that's by design, but all of the old languages were destroyed purposely so that we would lose our connection with ether. And that's why intention is so important.
I want to make this very important to say. I have to say this because it's funny. The reason why you stand up so much for the whole Pizzagate thing, because you have some similar nikshatras to those Clintons,
Yeah.
the Comeys, all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
And all those people that are part of that crew, that all the Podestas, that all of them, they've got planets in these nikshatras big time.
Yes. Yeah.
Big time. So I'm going to tell everybody, this is why I can say this. The Pope, I mean, all these people, it's crazy, 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 crazy. So Jenny, you can see where Jenny took a different turn because she only has, well, she's got two. But seriously, her way went the right way because she's got her moon in Ardra to shake up the storm. And this is where the moon in Ardra can change. The moon in Ardra can shake up a storm and destruct shit totally. Or it can change the world and fix it and show the dark the light.
Right.
You've
Right.
got planets in Critica. Like you and I have some dark charts, but differently. Like you're more of the spiritual warrior when I'm more of the fighter. Like let's pound some heads, okay? And here's the funniest part. So everybody can see where we're coming from. Like if I didn't know, if I would know, see Jenny's chart, I could have said, if I didn't know her, I would have said 50% she probably voted for Hillary. This
Oh
is
God.
and this is how I can see this, right?
Yeah.
I do this test. If you got a reading from me, I might have said. So just curious because I just want to know. I don't really care. It's just my own, because Rahu tends to be more liberal.
Well, it says an awful lot. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, I went to school overseas, and I mean, I went to school with people that are now actual, like they live in DC, they work for,
Yeah.
that the Democratic Party,
Yeah.
and I was poised to be one of those people. And there are people that would tell you I threw away a whole bunch of chances to rub elbows with those types of people, and
Right.
I never for one second fit in. I was born into it, but I couldn't have been more out of place. And that was like kind of the story of my whole life, was that I was just not where I like fell into this. And I think that part of that is because I was put there so that I can gain intel, if you will, or gain perspective, and then one day turn around and tell the world this is what's going on over there. Because
And your ascendant is in Revati, which is the 27th nakshatra, which is my moon nakshatra, which is how we are. You are going to act in the right manner because your ascendant is in Revati. Revati is why my channel is named Channel 27. It's the 27th nakshatra. So they are the healers. They're the ones that protect people. They're the ones that are mystics, the ones that like music, want to just escape, get the hell out of this crazy world. That just want to, okay, so and help everybody. And they tend to get walked on. So, but your ascendant's in this and not your son. Your son's more of the father influence. You see what I'm saying? We know. Yeah. And your ascendant is in Revati, which is completely being kind of rebellious against this.
Yeah.
So, and this is what is so amazing about astrology. And just so everybody knows, why do I stand up for Donald Trump so much? Because he's got nikshatras that are like mine. Okay. They're similar. Sorry, it's true. And they are nothing like anybody that is in that office. Period. End of story. That's all I can say. Okay. Like I had to say, like, because I have never in my life defended somebody so bad unless like I freaking knew it. Never. Look, because trust me, and I'll be the first to admit, if I'm wrong, I promise you, I will get up here and I will say a video that I'm 100% wrong. And I'm going to second guess astrology now.
She would, you guys.
I will 100% eat it. I will stick my foot in my mouth. And I mean that. How about that one? You better not do anything wrong.
Right.
I'm talking
I don't want to see Heidi have to put her foot in her mouth. So let's jump into some readings because I know everybody's been so patient and we're here yapping, but it's good yapping. This is good stuff. This is what we talk about this stuff, Right. Hillary Clinton. I would punch that for her. Right?
I can't stand to look at her. I've never hated, like, I've never looked at somebody in the face
I
and been
know.
like, I can't look at that person. And I really felt that way.
I feel like she smells so bad. Like I feel like she has like a radius of just like she smells like sulfur. I feel like she just reeks of sulfur. Well, I don't want to say anything on here, honestly. I'm not the only person in the world though that feels that she needs to get clotheslined and freaking ground and pound into submission.
The only thing that throws me off about
Back
her,
to the depths of
I
hell.
have to say this. When I saw she has adopted dogs, and maybe this is all, this might be all a act, and she knows this. But when I saw her walking her dogs after the election, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Because, you know, people that like stray dogs, stray animals usually are like the best people in the world. Sorry.
Listen, no, because let me explain something to you. You know who else really loves dogs? The elite love their dogs. They love their dogs. Like the queen, she has a thing for corgis. Like she has a line of corgis that are like very important. It's a symbol of status. And like these people, it's funny because you know they torture and slaughter
But
children.
here's the deal. A lot of dogs that are purebreds. Hillary has freaking like, no, I don't want to say, I almost said refugees, has like dogs that were saved. You know, when I saw those dogs, they weren't purebred like yippee skippy dogs. They were literally mutts. And when I saw that, I had to like step it back and say, or maybe I wouldn't punch her in the face, but
Yeah, well, come on. Are you kidding me?
I know, but I like thought about it for a quick
People.
second. I really got
People.
I got confused. I swear.
Those dogs are probably slaves. Those dogs are probably miserable. But, you know, I will say, though, that the way that the global elite, the people like that look at children is some children are meant to be fed, nourished, nurtured, educated, and sent out into the world, while other children are cattle. Other children are no more than objects to be sacrificed. So they're very selective. If those dogs give a shit, they don't care about dogs in general. Those are their dogs. They like their dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like some people like their kids.
Right. Right. She didn't sacrifice her own daughter.
And that her daughter does not, her daughter looks like that crazy looking guy that there's a conspiracy about. That is like that really big face looking guy with like, you know, that crazy guy. Did you ever see him?
It's all so gross. These people are so nasty. Like they just,
and you know, I can't even believe we're sitting here talking about it, but we had to. I mean, it just came up because the fact that she, like, what about the barrels in her backyard? They came up on the news for like 10 minutes and then immediately it was dismissed.
Barrels of
and I'm going to say, don't write comments about that, guys, because then the video will be removed. So I'm just asking, I was talking in codes, but kind of not. Okay, there were barrels in the backyard of her house.
That's weird.
They went away.
They were probably barrels of acid.
They were, but there were bodies, apparently, they said.
Yeah, that's what they do. Well, have you ever seen Breaking Bad?
I don't watch TV.
Okay, well, that's apparently that's something that they do is like you dispose of a body by putting the body in a barrel of acid and nothing is left of it. I don't know. Like, and don't ask me why. I know like it's great. Like, ugh. They love to show us this stuff like in shows and stuff like that. Like they just give people all this information and
I have to say, I am not a fan. I just saw a comment. Chinese like their dogs with ketchup. And like, it's true and it's disgusting. And I swear to God, I get it. It's the culture. I can't accept that. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I know you're all human beings, but I like animals better than people. Sorry. Like, okay. I really do. And I've been like that since a child. When I would see an animal die on a show, I would lose my freaking mind. Yeah. So, and there's 2 Nick Stratras that are heavily influenced with this. Well, 3. Revity, Pusha, and Barini. 3 of them, big, intense ones that like animals. Gemini Ardra tends to have issues with animals. Sometimes can't. Like you, right? Like you
don't have issues with animals.
No, but you like animals, but you know how you said you didn't like the goats? Like little as that is.
No, listen.
No.
That goat had a personal vendetta against me because it thought I was in competition with it for attention. And also birds don't like me. I've never.
But they do like you because you're like Snow White. So keep this in mind.
They come at me.
Exactly,
Like,
they do.
always like,
and like that goat, let me tell you that goat was just trying to get your affection.
yeah.
And it just knocked you over. Like, I swear to God. But I know that internally you like, that's why. But it's okay. You like animals. You have freaking Rottweilers, you love dogs. So I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, I know a lot of people that have planets in Arkansas.
Animals.
We're gonna go on a dog tangent, but people have been bit by dogs.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it goes. But it's funny because, well, I just love animals. Like, I would sit in a room of pit bulls and rabid raccoons, and I know I wouldn't get bit. Like, hands down. I swear to God, I could go into a room of rabid raccoons, and I guarantee you they wouldn't bite me.
Heidi, don't say that.
I will put a test to that one too. There's a video on my Facebook that I hand-fed. My family has hand-fed raccoons our entire lives. Like, they were like sharks. Okay.
They're really
they
smart.
come in the house. Like, it was, my family was like animal nuts. My mom gave CPR to a squirrel that was drowning in a pool once.
Oh, God.
She grabbed it out of the pool and she's like, go get a straw.
Oh,
I swear to God, like, my family is psychos when it comes to animals. You can't mess with us with the animals.
That's adorable. She went and got a straw. That is serious.
Yelled at me and was like, go get a Hi-C straw now. And I went, yeah. I used to pick up stray dogs everywhere. People with planets in Aries and sixth house always have, stray animals will just come to you. It's crazy.
I don't know why my phone won't let the video, like the live chat, won't stay on my screen. So it keeps blacking out and I can't see what anybody's saying.
They're just laughing at us. No, they're good. Okay, let's start a couple charts.
Yeah, we're such yappers.
I know, but we need to have a different discussion too.
Yaposaurus.
Yeah. And okay. Jenny, let me just say, every reading that you have given me, exactly like when I call you in a panic, man, it just is so spot on.
Isn't it just like unfortunately accurate?
Oh my God, it's crazy.
I've been throwing cards down for myself all. I'm like,
wait, do you ever do tarot readings on yourself? Like when you're like thinking about something?
When I'm desperate, when I'm like absolutely at the end of my rope, desperate and need something, then yeah, but most of the time, no.
And then it's like stressful because it's like, it's always going to be what you know what the answer is going to be.
Exactly. And it will reflect to you all of your fears, everything that it'll project, like you project it onto the cards and the cards are like, hey, like,
that's why I hate, like, I swear tarot cards used to piss me off so bad because every time I would touch one, it would be like tower reverse done. Like, tower reverse over flip done. And then, because it would be something I just needed an answer about, like something probably I shouldn't have been asking it. Like I wasn't using it for any like benefits, only for myself.
Right. Well, there's nothing off limits. It's just that you have to approach it with a certain level of respect. So like once, like I asked the same question seriously 17 times the other day. It took me all day long and it was just spread after spread after spread. And I was just like, I can't do it anymore because I'm just driving myself crazy. The tarot is practically laughing at me. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, just give it up and like go take it.
And like with astrology, like when somebody that studies astrology, I learned it on myself because I have like timelines that I mapped out in my life, like to the minutes of everything. Like I went psychopathic, like psycho. I don't even know if that's a word. I literally wanted to know what was right, sidereal, tropical, even the sidereal, tropical nakshatras. So I went through and listened to every single one, every video. I studied everyone and analyzed them so much to see which one was more like me, which is why I ended up going towards Vedic astrology, was because my nakshatras ended up being that way. Even though I felt, I'm going to say this to all my like tropical Vedic way people that do a little bit of both. I personally think your birth chart is Vedic, and almost like your tropical horoscope is kind of what you turn into, almost like your Navamsha, but not really your Navamsha. It's like this secret. It's like what you could have the potential to be. It's like you could be this way,
right?
But your karma is more on the Vedic one, which is why I like the Vedic one.
I totally get that.
Because people could say I'm total Sagittarius.
Yes.
Right? Total. Because And I mean, because but that's also because my Jupiter is in Sagittarius in my second house of speech and beliefs, right? Nobody knows unless you know me. I've said this, that I went to school for corrections in criminal justice. Like I shot guns. I wanted to be a detective, still do it now with this. Like that's me. I would still go be a cop tomorrow. Maybe one day I might just decide to do it. So definitely a possibility.
Do it. You should do
I'm
it.
gonna arrest all the trolls. I'm gonna go
Well,
find them.
you're going to need to like all of this stuff.
All right.
I'll flip your life upside down. No, the light's not blinding me. I'm like having like an allergy attack, and I don't even have allergies. I have a cold.
No, I did 2 days ago. You know what we need? We need my friend, who I did a reading for, to throw some nasal things. She, swear to God, it fixed me.
What'd she do?
I don't know. She did some hypnosis spells to me.
Oh God, she put
not spells, healing. Like she sent it through the phone and it worked. It stopped.
That's really funny.
Headache went away. Nose stopped running.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So, yeah, honey and ginger and garlic. That actually sounds really good right now.
Baking soda too. If you just drink a tape, I know that sounds like shit, but it actually works. Baking soda is disgusting. You take a shot of it in water. Sounds gross. It's horrible. You'll have so much energy. It like fixes you. It like balances you out. Or maybe that's because I'm just weird.
Heidi, someone says you can arrest them on the.
I will. Watch out.
Watch out. She'll get you. All right.
Okay. So we have a few. Only 6.
Okay.
Only 6. Okay. Actually, and number 1 is not going because he didn't write AM or PM. So unless Kevin 9/18/66 puts the time or AM or PM 7:30, then we can do him. Okay, then we've got 11/5/72.
Okay. Sorry, I was just like looking to see if anybody had a clarification on that chart.
Yeah, we should. Can somebody text me? Because I can't look through those. So, all right, ready? This is 11/5/72. I'll tell you in a second what to go with. This is like somebody that's got a lot of planets in Virgo. We're gonna make these kind of brief tonight because we want to get through a few of them. We ramped for a lot, but we do these every week so everybody knows. And actually the live chats come up earlier when I schedule it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if I see that and I do it before, that's the charts I'm gonna put in here. So when I schedule it, make sure you're one of the first ones to do one in there because it's hard for me to chase around these dates when I'm sitting here on the computer. All right, so this is a Virgo ascendant. And so let's just say this.
Oh, Virgo.
I'm a Virgo, so they say. But no, my Venus is debilitated in Virgo.
I love when you say debilitated Venus.
So let's say you have a debilitated Venus.
I hate to break it to you.
No, she has it, or she or he, this person has a debilitated Venus too. Okay. And when you do, you are, let's just say, the romance, the love, the pleasure, that's almost like kind of, you want it, but it's not there. We're realistic. Okay. So, and this is how you are all the time with everything. You're a perfectionist. You want things done the right way. You are a lister. I guarantee you are like judgmental, not judgmental, what's the word? Critical, analytical. A lot of Virgos, they know everything has to be perfect. So they get annoyed easily, right? Because they just know nobody does it like them. It's true. Okay. It's like nobody does it like them and they just need to do it themselves.
Yes.
And then, so you have Mars and Venus. So you're charismatic as shit though. Like you're like a smooth, people are going to be drawn to you to this, like in a weird way. So, because Mars and Venus is charisma. It's in the first house and you have Uranus there and rebellious. And Pluto. It's like, so you definitely stand out to the crowd. I guarantee you. And you're probably really attractive, but like dominant too. You've got this nice balance. You can turn on the charm or you could turn on the freaking the warrior, right?
Attractive and dominant. That sounds nice. I like that.
Yeah. Like this person knows how to freaking work it. But you're a good investigator. You're good at everything. I mean, it's just Mars, Venus is like a smooth sailor, speaking like art, prettiness. Venus is all that pretty stuff, but then it's balanced. It's not into la la land. So it's just you want things nice. You want things nice. You want things the right way, and you want your house clean. You want this. But Virgos tend to be lazy. But then you've got Mars and sitting there with it. It's the go getter in Chitra. This is like engineer, like architect. Maybe you do that. Then your moon is in Chitra. Oh gosh, you are just so you like shiny things. You're a visionary. You know, good stuff for creativity and getting yourself known, everything like that. But then you've got your ascendant is in Uttara Falguni, which is good with contracts, good with matchmaking, good with skills like that. Like you make a great matchmaker, good somebody that's good with contracts, somebody that's good with you're like a solid Virgo, solid like they get. But that's all I can say for this because there's a lot of other things going on too. Your moon and good speaker, very good speaker, prominent, maybe even a singer. This is like somebody in Justin Bieber's and the YouTubers. I don't know. You like shiny things. I don't know if I said that. Okay, so
From now on, can we ask for a name also?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times they don't have their name.
Okay, no, this
person was born in Guam. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I remember this, I think.
Okay. Okay, so
I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna look at. Ready?
Okay. I already pulled the cards.
Oh, you don't need any guidance?
No.
You're getting so good, you don't even need my guidance.
Well, I just kind of.
Let's see how good you are. Go ahead. I guarantee you.
So what's actually interesting about it is that my experience with Virgos is that they're not emotional, not messy emotional because they don't appreciate messy. They appreciate orderliness. But I got 3 very emotional cards: the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Aces always represent beginnings. Seven of Cups represent all kinds of things like stagnation, emotional stagnation, sometimes fantasies, I mean, the title of the card is debauchery, and that's not to say that this person is like, sexually promiscuous or anything, but sometimes what it is, it does have to do with ego and kind of acting impulsively and things like that. It's the card of addictions, indulgences, too much of a good thing isn't a good thing, sort of thing.
So that's going through her 12th house. That's what she's been dealing with, some endings and stuff like that. But I will say this too, Mars and Venus together in Virgo is exactly what you just said, because it's Mars is that impulsion with Venus, and then Virgo's like, no, you don't want anybody to know you're messy.
Yeah. It's really messy. And the Knight of Cups, it looks like, he's moving in this direction. So it does look as if there's movement taking place. So it's like a transition of ideas for, it looks like there's an emotional shift taking place, and maybe that this person is recognizing kind of that their impulses are not serving them well, or sometimes this card comes up to indicate that you're taking too long to make a decision and you're kind of just being kind of waiting and you're not pulling the trigger, and it's kind of like that, I don't know, a little bit wishy-washy. But that's not my experience with Virgos. So
no, they are actually. I've noticed that with Virgos. Virgos want to wait till they are so freaking right about something. They won't, and they don't want to go down looking like they didn't freaking survive. Like Virgos are kind of insane. I mean, so every once in a while I do see why my Venus is in Virgo, because that's how I am in relationships. Doesn't that suck, guys? So everybody that says, oh, they want to take me on a date. Yeah. Oh, it's so true though. Like it's just like I'm a perfectionist.
Yes, you are. But
only because I have my list now. And that's Virgos, listers. And they don't want to fail because they want everything perfect. They do have a little bit of an ego.
I just wanted to tell everybody really quick, the fellas over at Spearhead Transmission are also having a podcast right now. And so if anybody who's watching, head on over there for just a second, take a peek, tell your friends about it. They're really cool. They're probably having a good time right now over there. So go check them out, because
We all support each other.
We all support each other. Spearhead Transmission. Go YouTube it right now and check out what they're doing. They're really good looking and they're funny and they're cool. I like them. We like them.
Okay, chart 2, and then one last thing real quick. You have to, if we do your chart, you please say something about it. I have to say I think you do like designing and you're good with designing and maybe even like singing or in that artistic field where you're like dancer, singer, something like that. Entertainment. I don't know why I say this, but if we do your chart, please, after this live chat ends, even if you make a comment in here, make a comment when we end it and the video uploads, because the live chats don't save. And I wish they did, because
I don't even know.
I don't know why they don't save, because they're the best.
It's pretty funny.
Okay, so this person is 7/12/78. Okay, this is one I saw that I just immediately noticed. The Purva Padra, Aquarius, Ascendant. Well, like I kind of said earlier, this person is, this nakshatra is all about humanity, like rebellious. They want to have fun. They're free speech, free this, like 50-50 answer. They're all about, making everything smooth sailing, they want everything to be equal. They want and they have some powers. Like it's something that things can happen karmically to this nakshatra. It's definitely a karmic nakshatra can be with like the dark side a little bit here and there. But still, this is somebody that's like a go-getter. This is just how you act. Like this isn't how you think. Your chart, you don't have any planets in the first house, so that's good. So it's not such a focus. You're more of a Virgo too. Your moon's in Virgo and your Rahu's in Virgo, so you're an investigator. Hasta, Uttara Falguni, you're good with your hands, good at fixing things, good at contracts, good at investigating, maybe even physically digging things from underground, because all Virgos like have this gift for earthy things. So whether they do, whether they do, like me, I don't do shit with anything with weeds, landscaping. Okay, that's why I know my Venus is debilitated. Moon in Virgo, Moon in Rahu in Virgo. You probably like this. You like digging things from underneath the ground and growing things, making them grow. And this is in making contracts. You could even do that, because even it's in the 8th house. And this is, or if you're not digging things from underground and making them grow, you're investigating. You're digging deep. Like you are an investigator, period. Or
you seriously bring my heart so much joy, Heidi. Like I can't even deal with you.
Lots of things with relationships, maybe. Like it could be good, but I would say anybody you're attracted to definitely has like this charismatic type of personality, and MAGA wants to sit on the throne. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about this chart. And this person had a big transformation the past year. So big change, big switch, big movements.
In what house? Tell me. Let's look
the
at
first. So it's them. And now it's going to go into their 12th house, K2. Oh. So they're going to start letting go. I know, right?
I am so mad at K2 and Rahu in the 12th house. I'm sick of it. Is that priestess? Oh, ooh.
She was reversed.
Wow. I like the high priestess is.
Isn't that a Virgo? I always say this. I swear to God, I always ask this question.
What?
Is the high priestess a Virgo?
No. It's not. No. Oh my God.
Who's the Virgo?
It's not.
Probably the Queen of Clubs, Queen of
Clubs, man. No, it's not. No, that doesn't make any sense. The priestess wouldn't be a Virgo. The priestess would be a Pisces.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Virgo. No offense, Virgo.
Relax. That's what I am.
Well, wait a second. So you pulled the priestess card. I like that. And I kind of want to go with that, because when we're talking about transformations, the priestess is about magic and fate, and it's very specific as an imagination. Okay. Whereas like the Empress is about manifestation and bringing an idea into life. The priestess represents imagination. So an idea where it lives in that realm. So this is about psychic sight, psychic abilities, dreams, things like that. And so that this person may have experienced all kinds of supernatural phenomenon going on the past year that has really opened their eyes, opened the third eye, whatever you want to call it.
Paranormal too, and dead people, because it's other realms.
Paranormal. Well, yeah, paranormal. Let's see here.
But Jenny, listen how crazy this is. What did I just say about that Purva Bhattapatra nakshatra? I said it's about the spells, it's about the spiritual stuff, it's the mystical.
Oh, yeah, see?
And then I just said I had that card and it was reversed. So maybe they got to be careful too. It's a little cautious.
I don't do reverses, so you got to.
Yeah. Right. Well, Heidi is saying being cautious because I know how Purva Bhattapatra works.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the B and the J on the card of the high priestess?
Boaz and Yakin.
With a J?
Yeah, it's a J, but it's Boaz and Joaquin. Those are points of the tree of life in Kabbalah. Yeah. And so I mean I'd have to we could talk about that next time, but
we should do that next time.
Yeah. That's a whole deep thing. Yeah. But that's what the B and J is for.
It's weird because the moon is like cut up on this card. I've never paid attention.
It's the moon. I'm pretty sure the priestess is like the moon and like Cancer or something. It's Cancer because there's a crab.
It looks like there's some little squiggly monster on the moon.
Squiggly monster. Well, it's that's either Pisces or the moon. Okay, and the moon. It's a really feminine card. And so I think that just kind of indicates to me, also intuitively speaking, is someone that has undergone a huge like spiritual awakening in a lot of ways. And I think it can be scary. It can be frightening because a lot of stuff comes through in dreams and you wake up and you're like, holy you know what I mean? Like it's just scary for some people.
Hold on. Time out. I have to interrupt you for 2 seconds. Because on the top of this card, I just did a show with Wayne on his channel. It's my last video. He has the 60 seconds of humanity. Okay. Do you see her card? And do you see that on her top of her head? That moon with the horns?
Yes.
We looked at he has these phenomenal eclipse pictures. Phenomenal. And they look just like that. And before we did our video, we went through it and I talked to him about Rahu and Ketu and like the shadows and how these horns with Isis and all this stuff, like lots of weird stuff. So I don't even know why I'm saying this. I'm sure it's going to connect to you some way because we're saying it. And we weren't rambling for no reason. But if not, you should watch his thing on his eclipse and what he saw. I don't know why. Maybe the eclipse had an effect on him.
I'm sure it did. I don't think there's anybody that has been left unaffected by it.
Okay. Next.
Yeah.
I swear I did this one before, but this is because I might have. So 10, 12, 58. This is the scallion person. I think it's a guy.
Scallion, like green onion?
Yeah, like Italian I don't know, something like Italian.
Oh, stallion. I thought
you said scallion, like the onions.
Italian.
I'm making this name up. I think I'm butchering it all up.
Oh, yeah. Lord mercy.
So, okay, this person is a Taurus ascendant. You like eating, you like good things, you like fine things. Tauruses are ruled by Venus, so they want the finer things in life. But and so it also could be money and materialistic stuff, cars, nice shit. Like you just want nice things. It's just
nice shit. Yeah,
it is what it is. And it's in the nakshatra of Mrigashira. So you're always searching. Like you're never gonna stop searching for nice things. Like, or it might not be things. It might be valuables. It might be collectibles. It's like you're just always gonna be searching. Mrigashira is the deer. Deers are searching with the doe eyes. Like it's just these are great. This is a great investigator, great truth seeker, great somebody that brings up all the stuff from the details, that knows how to bring the truth out. This is not surprising because you're watching us and you probably found us from Rex's show or we're truth seekers. But Mars in the first house, you can come off aggressive. And Mars in the first house with anybody, I have Mars in the first house. And we're just quick to jump the gun and quick to say something and quick to act. We're not going to sit around and think about things. We're going to just do it. Like we're not going to wait around for people to give us, we're just going to do it and see what happens. And Sometimes it can bite you in the ass, but it's in the nakshatra of Kritika. So that's like cutthroat. Kritika is the knife. Kritika is the blades. It's something sharp. So you will cut through the details to whatever it is. Great attorney, great commander in charge, great army, military leader, anybody that has Mars in this. But it's in Taurus, so it's not in Scorpio. It's not like the happiest, but it's like somebody that will just jump the gun and just go in and freaking do it. Moon in Chitra and Virgo. What's going on with all this Virgo stuff tonight? You've got a heavy moon. Okay, lots of things going on here in this 5th house. Children, creativity, bless you. Politics. I mean, we could have the 5th house is intelligence, emotions, romance, children. I mean, speculation, luck. Somebody that's really business oriented. Somebody that's, you could own a restaurant. You could have a cosmetol. This is not even making sense. Can't even speak. Hospitality, like own hotels or something. And it could be natural healing. I'm rambling, sorry. But Rahu, Moon, Sun, Venus conjunct is like, it's a lot of energy going on there. So I'd have to analyze it. Luckily it's in Virgo. So it's a lot better than being in, kind of like a darker sign. You can't hear me?
No, I can. They said bless you. I just said thank you.
Oh. And then, so it's the 5th house. So either you have children that are like this, or you have children that are very, very creative, or you're businessy, good in business, and maybe you do money, financial trading, financial stocks, financial investors, accountants, people that do work with money, and because you're so good at analyzing details. So you might be a financial analyst.
Ooh.
Okay, so this person is, your K2's in Revati, so you want to know the facts. You're a fact finder, period.
Talk to me about what's
Jupiter, Mercury in the 6th.
What's popping out to you?
Okay, maybe even in politics. You're just interested, at least, for sure.
Political side.
This could be like you might have wanted to have been a surgeon at some point, though. Or maybe real estate, money, finance. Tauruses tend to go finance route, purchasing, anything that has to do with numbers, money, business details. And Virgo, like architects. Chitra, buildings, visionaries, or gems, searching for gems, shiny things, gems. I don't know. Okay. So you are going to pull a card for.
Thanks, you guys. I'm fine.
Yeah, this is intense.
Really dramatic.
Okay. Saturn is 27 degrees on your Saturn. Okay. And if you've watched anything I've said, this is big shifts. You're having you had your Saturn return, something went and backed it back up. This is Gandanta. So if there are rains by you, run. You got to get out of there. I'm serious. And it might not just be that maybe you have a spouse that's in those kind of areas because it's your 7th house. Just be cautious for the next 2 months, please.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God, I'm not even going to put this card up. Oh my God, I'm not doing it.
Do it.
But it's upright. It's
fine. Listen, death, hold on. Okay. So listen, death is not that. It's not a bad card. It's not inherently a bad card. This is about severe clearing. Okay?
Maybe relationships.
Well, okay. So is it relationships? All right. Well, if that's the case, okay, then the 3 cards that I just pulled make sense. And if that's what your intention was when you pulled that card, I just trusted the cards and I was kind of just following your lead. But this does indicate kind of a bad breakup. Some kind of something went wrong. There was an argument, and what it looks like right now is that there's a time of separation. So like cords cutting, and like everybody kind of taking time to figure out what the hell just happened. And there's a lot of like silence and isolation involved in that. Is like kind of bringing it in, and everybody like has to go in the corner and cool off. And I think that there's also, this person is dealing with quite a bit of, the eight of swords is interference. So that's really
kids.
I think that this does look like there's a lot of interests that are being compromised. So
or
like
business, because it could be partners, pleasure, spouse,
so
business partnerships.
it affects a lot of different people. So it is a scenario in which not everybody is going to be happy. So it looks like people are striving to create a solution here where everyone's happy, but that's not always the case. But the Four of Wands does indicate that what we're looking at is a situation that was kind of unavoidable, and that this is cycles. This is kind of things in action. It's about things coming to a close. So that's a positive thing, is that like sometimes these things aren't accidents. These things are karmically part of it. If it's in, you know what I mean? It's in your chart for Pete's sake.
And I'll say this, whatever happened was ending already in January. This is the Saturn retrograde. So something ended in January, and it had to do with others, just anybody that's opposite of you. And let's just hope this is your right time, because if you're not at the right time, this is completely BS. Okay, so basically it's endings, new beginnings. Their new beginnings are coming. But, seventh house is business partnerships, trade, foreign countries, international trade, litigation, divorce, honor, reputation. It can be like, and it's Saturn there. So it's like
litigation jumped out.
Yeah.
Because the Eight of Swords, the high concentration of swords coupled with death is conflict.
Yeah, there's some like
lots of like venom being thrown back and forth.
I got to see one thing in his chart. Let me see what Saturn is. Saturn's AMK minister. So maybe this is like a boss. Somebody that's like an authority, maybe, but not necessarily. This is
like a lawsuit, and there's attorneys and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is okay. See, this is something like this should have had a reading, because this is kind of a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so next one.
Okay.
Four, we have two more. This one, another one. 42076. This is a Cancer ascendant, nakshatra of Aslesha, the snake. Somebody that really, really wants to get like very creative, very goal oriented. It's the business side of Cancer, and a little snaky.
I kind of like this person.
That's because Venus, you have a nice Venus Sun connection. His Venus is in Revity, so he likes listening to us. We make sense to him.
Yeah. I like Cancer and the snake.
This guy's good with music.
Okay.
Big time. Good with music, or music engineer, something like that, or maybe a music writer. Or if not, he's definitely on that, like, write something, technology, something maybe something like that, possibly. Now, but you like music. I guarantee you're a big music person. Saturn in Purnavasu. You have Saturn in the first house in Cancer. Saturn doesn't really like to be in Cancer, but so makes takes the Cancer, kind of makes it pissy, and puts boundaries on it. You grow up fast. You feel like you're like the Cancer, the smooth sailing Cancer, they're not always smooth sailing. They're kind of rough around the edges.
Oh God, Cancers
are kind of feisty. They're like, you piss you off, and when they piss you off, I guarantee you're pissed for the rest of your life. Like that's a grudge. A Saturn is like an old grouchy freaking Cancer. Like
Cancers are really
stubborn.
Cancers are really defensive of their friends and family too.
Yeah.
Like they'll, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I really like Cancers. I get along with Cancers.
My sister's like a double Cancer, and she hates this shit. She hates astrology.
That's so weird.
Like, what day did you say not to go on that? Blah, 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 blah. So she believes it, but she's like, so Cancers are always like moody. I feel like they're very moody. They are emotional, but they're moody. But then Saturn there is like even drier. It's like, I don't know. It can be grouchy, I say, but discipline, business, like you take on a lot of responsibilities. That makes probably that Cancer be a lot more. Oh, and your moon's in freaking Capricorn. Very grounded, very practical. You're probably just like go to work. You like routines. You take on. You're like living in that Saturn matrix. Like that's, and you think this way too. Or your wife or partner. I don't know why I said that. Wife or husband or partnership or something. Maybe they can be like that too. So it's just or you think of a business like with a marriage or a relationship, like it's more hard, it's more work, practical. And your moon in, Saturn the first, grounded, but things come delayed. Kind of, you can feel a little lost. And I'd say delays in career, issues in career. Maybe it was harder to find what you like to do because you got some planets in Barini, not so restraint. But then you have like Sun, and maybe you're a freaking chemist. Easily, you could be a chemist, actually.
I want to be a chemist.
Or something with not poisons, drugs, medical stuff, like chemist, scientist. Okay, and then you're gonna pull a card for.
Thank you guys all for all of your nice remedies and stuff like that. That's really nice of you guys. I'm literally not even going to take my makeup off. I'm just going to fall backwards and fall asleep.
We have one more after this.
Okay.
That's it. I promise. Okay. K2 in the seventh. Okay, so K2 is just going into a seventh house. So there's going to be a shakeup between relationships, first house, seventh house. Okay. So it can be relationships, but it could have to do with your mother because you have the moon in the seventh house. It can just emotionally affect you a lot. In the next year and a half, you're going to have like some emotional, like distance, coldness, maybe a little like, or maybe though your wife, partner, somebody there will have it. Venus but Rahu in the first usually brings some great opportunities to you. So it will be great for you. And it might not even be bad because Rahu's getting like pounded with Saturn. So it might not even be extreme. You're so freaking disciplined. I don't even think like you could be caught off guard. You're like all about routines, going to work, doing the right thing, law and order.
Oh my God. Did you just say, okay, listen, you said something about doing the right thing. The Hanged Man. Okay. So this is kind of like an overall theme. This was like my oracle guidance card just now in that position. And this is about self-sacrifice. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you give too much of yourself and that's not good. But in general, this person does a lot for like the family and the unit, like the team player. This may even indicate someone that kind of grew up not making the right decisions or in their younger years didn't make the right decisions. Queen of Swords. Okay.
My card.
Did you see my face?
Yeah, but what do you say? Like emotionless sometimes. You can be like.
Yeah, well, she's somebody, the Queen of Swords is like the opposite of me. This is somebody that's like, and it's weird how you do that sometimes with tarot and astrology. You use yourself as a reference point. You're like, but you know, the Queen of Swords for me often indicates the vicious feminine side of a man. So a man that can get his feelings hurt really easy and is spiteful, or it's a woman who's very intelligent, very perceptive, very intuitive. She's a good mother, but she's void of emotion. She's cold, ice cold if you piss her off, right? No, and in general, what?
Yeah, this could be this could be a partnership, or maybe there's going through some stuff going on because it's in the seventh house.
But I will tell you though that the 10 of discs and the 8 of wands both indicate like opportunities for expansion. The 10 of discs is wealth. This isn't just about like physical, like money and stuff, but this is about like being able to communicate better, being able to share things, gaining assets. So this could be like something having to do with work. The 8 of wands is also rapid. This is Mercury. This is rapid communication. Clear communication. Probably it looks as if it's like this person needs to communicate that they're in trouble or that they are overworked, they're doing too much. There may, that might be an issue, is like this person isn't, or that's something that's being encouraged, is to kind of speak up a little bit.
Or maybe you dealt with some endings in the past year and a half, and then now it's like new beginnings. But then Rahu in the first is going to give you opportunities, but maybe make you focus less on other things. So it's good for you.
Yeah, and like this card in particular, like the 8 of wands for me is like, if we translate it into modern day stuff, it's like blogs and YouTube and writing.
Definitely could be that.
Right. Things like that. Yeah. Somebody who's just really has a knack for communicating, and also like really quick ideas that come to you really quickly. Like all of a sudden you have a moment of inspiration. You're like, oh my God, but it's like either you let that go, like so many of us do, we forget and like move on to something else, or you stay in that space with that excitement and you run with an idea. So this could also be an indication that this person needs to pay attention to those small messages that come through, those small bursts of inspiration and ideas, because there's, it almost feels like that's something that could be healing for this person. And lucrative. The 10 of discs is that's gain, physical, gaining things.
Rahu in the first will bring you opportunities. It can bring you money. It can bring all kinds of things, but it comes with a price. Like, it's never easy, but it can upspin your life around.
Right.
But in a good way, for sure. Okay, this last one.
Yeah, like, I really love you guys. If like I'm up way past my bedtime and I'm sick as a flippin' skunk.
Okay, 7888. This is Rahu in the first and Aquarius. Okay, you are a rebel. Do things totally like you march to the own beat of your drum, I would say, for sure. Like music, like mystical stuff, like spiritual stuff. And your Rahu's in this Purva bottom. Okay, so you have a mystical, really like out there side, right? And Rahu in the first is exactly what I'm not, because you're it's the opposite, right? So K2, when you have the nodes in the first and seventh house, you have issues in relationships, whether it's but the Rahu person is more focused on themselves.
Yeah.
They're here to learn about them and what they're supposed to be doing. So they're confused, and they sometimes say, I don't even want to marry somebody. They might get annoyed with how somebody breathes. So does K2 in the first, so does debilitated Venus. But literally, Rahu in the first is like, it's me, my way or the highway. And this is in Aquarius. So this is even on acid. So like, my way or the highway, don't get in my way. I'm going to do my way or the highway. That's how it is. But it can be very powerful. It can be great. It can be really good success, but it also can be addictions, impulsive. Somebody drives fast. You got to be cautious, but it can be a great musician, great, anything like that. Mars in the second, you might like to spend money. Moon in Critica, you're intense. You're quick-witted. Is that even a word? Did I say that right? You're like quick, wits, quit. I can't talk. Somebody that's like cutthroat details. Also, you cut to the details. You might be could be somebody that writes something with financials. You might think about financial things. You might write a lot. You might collect things. You might work with your hands with blades, hands with knives, something with real estate. Always searching. This is like a lot, but very like there's a lot of good things here too. But I'm just saying your overall personality is somebody that's going to be this way. And your speech can be kind of feisty too. Like, you might say things and he's going through big shifts, big transformations. K2's been in his first house, just causing some things going on to himself. Maybe you wanted your space, you wanted your isolation. That's going to happen some more, even more. Lots great for research, but you're having like this Rahu K2 return. So that was probably intense. Now you're going to end clean house. K2 is going to go through your 12th house, take away everything that's not supposed to be in your life. But you don't have any planets in the 12th, so that's good. So you might find hidden talents, hidden secrets. You might travel, go to foreign countries, foreign lands. You might it's anything. It's not, it doesn't say it's a bad thing. It's going to feel a hell of a lot better, I think, than when it's in the first on Rahu. So big shifts. Go ahead.
Okay. Tell me about the you said
There's
the first
two people upside down holding.
Is that the 2 of Cups?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
And actually, that's honestly Rahu and K2 in the first. That could be a shakeup in the relationships.
Well, wait a second. What's the first house again? Tell me.
You and then husband, wife. So it's you. The Rahu K2 is the first and seventh. So it's him and relationships or partnerships, business partnerships, any type of. But Rahu and K2 are so freaking unpredictable. Like, it could be just anything, in my opinion.
Well, a man and a woman were indicated here as the prince and the prince of discs and the princess of wands. One thing that really stands out to me is the princess of wands is somebody that I will always associate as being very spontaneous. She may have a history of kind of cutting and running, either emotionally or
that would
physically.
be him.
kind of taken off, right? And if this is one person, it's entirely possible that what we're talking about is the feminine and masculine facets of one person, different layers of the personality. We all have a lot of those.
Yep.
So on one side, we have somebody who's like a diligent worker. He's goal oriented. But he likes to have fun. He likes to he enjoys his space. He likes his like beers and stuff like that. But there's also like he's seeking, because the magician here indicates somebody that is becoming rapidly aware of their manifestation abilities and is asking some serious questions about like the nature of reality and things like that. This is somebody who just inherently has power, and they're coming into it in a way, the Princess of Wands, again, I just want to say, does always hold this level of speed. So things happening quickly and emotions kind of being wild and unbridled. And it does look like a good matchup, because this person has a real go-getter mentality, a real kind of young, like a childlike appreciation and kind of like anything is possible type thing, which is really cool. So
yeah, big changes for sure in your life. Just that's the most that we can say.
Yeah, sorry you guys, I'm like deteriorating over
No,
here.
you were good, Jenny. You were way longer than we thought.
Well, we talked a lot.
Two shows.
Yeah.
2 shows in 1 week.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And to get a reading with Jenny, go to her website. It is moonstonemusings.com. It's at the bottom of the thing. Please make sure everybody's subscribed.
And you guys can find me. You can also find me on Facebook, Jenny Moonstone, moonstonemusings.com. Probably hit up Rex here soon and do like a trio show or something like that on something good. We'll find a nice juicy topic and do something, the three of us. It's been a while since we've done that. So, all right, everybody. Thank you guys for tolerating me and all my sneezy and all my snot. So, all right.
I said, watch the beginning of the video. Take it easy this week. Watch your speech. Watch your accidents. Be careful. Be cautious. Be a little bit cautious this weekend.
Be careful. Watch your languages. Watch your technology, your phones, your computers, your car. Make sure your car is running okay. All that stuff. Double check everything. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.